Right now we're in the, I guess you could call this the waiting room, which we just got told this was paid. I didn't know for the event venue, so now my wife is looking to pay for this room. But yeah, I usually don't eat on event days. Every time I've had like a speech, I don't know what it is. I have like very bad acid reflux. So if I go on stage, I'm just about to burp the entire time. Hence why I don't eat usually like before a talk. Very light breakfast. So anyways, right now I'm just on go-go squeezes for the next hour or so, and then we'll be able to get on stage, at least have some energy to sustain me for the rest of the day. So that's that. I'm like giving you some of the behind the scenes right now, like what it is to organize an event, which is, I spoke to someone who's like used to organizing events, and what you want to do, and I'm just gonna close this, you want to keep the aura high. Like at the start, he was like, oh, who's going to be introducing you on stage? And I was like, no one, like I'm going to do it myself. And he was like, no, like you absolutely can't do that. He's like, you need to be almost like mysterious. Like people have to have a build up in order to get the, seeing you on stage. So it's the type of thing where like, he was like, either get, a team member or get a client. So I was like, it's a good idea. So now we have 2 clients, actually 2 of our best case study clients from Ad Engine, which they literally took their coaching business, utilizing paid ads and the strategies that we teach in Ad Engine, from about 7K per month at the end of the summer 2025 to now doing over 40K a month with their business. So pretty dramatic transformation, and they're actually gonna introduce me with this case study, if you want, about themselves at the start, and then I'll be able to get on stage. So for now, I'm pretty much condemned to these 4 walls for the next hour or so, and then I'll be able to head on stage after once it's all ready.
Pockets empty, swear I ain't a killer, but don't tempt me. Missy, do you really miss me? She lie to your face, I really don't get it. She say what you want her to say. At the end of the day, I'm still getting money, regardless, I'm still getting paid. She want Gucci, Louis, and the Fendi. Fuck around and leave your pockets empty. Swear I ain't a killer, but don't tempt me. Missy, do you really miss me?
And now I just got changed right now. I am, give or take, a little less than an hour to hop on stage. I was just kind of reflecting on, the purpose of this video overall, and I think there's 2, right? One of which is to, of course, share some of the lessons with you guys that we're gonna be sharing on stage today. But the second one is also to share the behind the scenes, if you want, right? It's easy to see all the videos on YouTube and to see like the, big ROAS and the ad accounts and the, spending this amount of money. And to me, personally, I feel like online work is way easier than offline work. And this is offline work, right? Like this is stepping out of my comfort zone. It is my 3rd event I'm speaking at this year, but it is my 1st event that I'm completely hosting by myself. In other words, this is my team right now. This is our contractors working here. This is like us managing all of it. And thank God I've got my wife with me. She's basically coordinating all the events, the contractors and whatnot. So that being said, definitely a tremendous help. But total staff count, without even counting the audio-visual team, is 10. So I think we're like 12 or 13 people on staff, 14 in fact to be exact, for an event that has like about 140 people. So if you think about it, there's 1 staff person for every 10 attendees that there is right here. So it's pretty significant when you think about it. Whereas for online work, you're much more leveraged. You need a lot less talent. And that too is gonna be a lesson I'm gonna talk about today, mainly when it comes to ads and using AI and having that leverage. But offline work, and I think like, especially given the rise of AI, it's funny how the sense of community has become a stronger need now for a lot of people. And so these offline events, they sell because people want to be together, because people want to, stop just being on Zoom and Google Meet and like Instagram all day, and just to like actually meet up in person. And same thing for me. I think it's great to kind of have some tangibility to, the work that we're doing. So again, right now we're in this little, nook of an office. To be honest, it's got a pretty great view. It's overseeing all the Laval and the North Shore, so we even see some of the mountains up in the back right here, especially like back right. So definitely a sick hotel and venue to host this. I'm probably gonna be claustrophobic within the next hour if I'm just sticking here the entire time, but anyways, it should be a fun day. Not gonna lie, after this event, I'm gonna need some time off. I've just been going at it for like too long now at this point. I had my honeymoon. The day I came back from my honeymoon, I was organizing a webinar. We spent like $35,000 on ads to have like 1,000 attendees or 1,000 signups, 337 attendees. That was in August. September had Elevate, flew the whole team to Montreal, had of course like the talk over there, which brought a lot of clients, a lot of visibility also, and it was like team gathering. As soon as this ended, organized now this event for the last like month and a half. So I think it's been a very busy last 3 months. Honestly, it's been like an event a month, essentially, either virtual or in person. And I think this one is, it's a good one to end, to be honest, because like being in person, being a lot more organization too, it's like we're ending with a bang. And that was my goal. It's like to end the year strong, to be honest. So that's the goal, and who knows, if it goes well, then I might be looking to do another event early in the year, so we'll see. Tout ce que ça donne, c'est qu'avoir tout l'étage, là, je suis centré. La scène, elle devient centrée. Deuxièmement, on va avoir une rangée de moins de tables. Ça va être des chaises dans le bac, tout le long. Parce qu'ils n'ont pas assez de tables ici pour faire genre des tables tout l'étage. Tiens, regarde, je vais te montrer les décodés. Là. Regarde, les décodés, ils ont des astérix. Tout le monde qui est un client, j'ai mis des astérix. It's like I'm organizing a party right now, and I'm not even there. Which is what's kind of funny, I'm hearing the music. I hear my wife, because like right outside of that door is the door for the venue. So I keep hearing my wife just like greeting people. I don't know, it's kind of funny. I kind of feel bad. It's like, it's my own party and I'm not there. But at least, and I think videographers can attest to that, I was helping out this morning to set up stuff. I will unfortunately not be able to help out at the end because I know I'll be packed with conversations and I gotta lead the executive ticket group to the dinner. But my wife and one of her sisters is going to help disassemble like everything from our side. So should be good nonetheless. But we're at 57% of attendees having checked in right now, 70% of executives, 72% VIPs, and 50% general admission, which it's funny. I mean, I'm gonna make a parallel to like selling low ticket versus high ticket. This too is another lesson from like event hosting. The people who pay more attend more. And that's like the same thing when it comes to, I think, anything. Like people who pay more attention. Same thing in business when you sell high ticket services. Everybody's like, oh, you know, should I start with low ticket because it's gonna be easier to sell? The truth is, it might be easier to sell, it might not. In my experience, it's as easy or as hard to sell low ticket versus high ticket. But truthfully, high ticket clients always get better results because they pay more attention. Like they're more involved, they're more like inside of that process. Whereas lower ticket people don't. So nonetheless, it's like the same thing here. So again, we got way more. You see 80% executive now. 80% executive, 70% VIPs, 50% general admission. We literally go by pricing and the attendee, okay, you're gonna tell me there's less attendees, granted, but nonetheless, they paid more and they're here, you know, ready to listen. So it's cool to see.
Absolument. Tu sais, je l'ai dit en joke, là, mais tout le monde devrait avoir un Justin dans sa business.
J'entends presque pas, faut que je me concentre, sinon je vais manquer mon cue.
À 3 heures, il va y avoir une pause networking où il va y avoir viennoiserie, thé, café pour tout le monde. On va pouvoir échanger ensemble. Alors, le moment qu'on attendait tous.
Le fondateur de paidadvertising.com, le cerveau derrière Lalonde, l'homme qui gère près de 30 millions de dollars en publicité à chaque année, qui travaille avec des gros noms comme Iman Gadi, Serge Gattari, Club Crypto, Imo Facile et bien plus. On se lève et on accueille chaleureusement Justin Lalonde.
Happy to see all of you today. So what I just told you here is exactly what I did in 2022. That's what I said earlier on stage. I pivoted from doing Facebook ads for e-com brands to doing TikTok ads for e-com brands. I resetted my game. What I could have also done is change this piece right here. So the industry. That's like for some of you, that might mean residential versus commercial, or it might mean going after a very specific type of commercial buyers, or it could mean many different things. For me, it's like, well, instead of going after blue-collar businesses, then I can go after e-commerce, or I can go after info product businesses, or I can go after physiotherapists. And one niche I ended up like crushing it in for a while, and about 3 years ago, was funnily enough, soft wave therapy chiropractors in the US. Who here knows of soft wave therapy? Right?
I didn't either until it came up to that. That's a niche that nobody taught after going after. There was like, I think, something like 10,000 chiropractors in the US who were part of that niche. I ended up advertising to it. I was still running the same offer. I'll run Facebook ads for softwave therapy chiropractor clinic. They would all buy because nobody has ever made that claim before. So I changed that one. Now the next one is market, right? I also spoke about that one earlier. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not forgetting about the US because I have a personal brand in English, which gets us clients in the US. But for ads, if the US is too sophisticated, then hop off. Go to Quebec. Go to the French Canadian market. Go to Ontario. Go to New Brunswick. Go to... I cannot emphasize that enough here. Anybody here who speaks, which is pretty much most of us, who speaks 2 languages has such an advantage. Whenever you want to do something, there's always a reason why. So, as an example, okay? And I'm gonna invite you guys to help me out for this one. So I want to, as an example, grow my, I'm just gonna write biz. I'm gonna write something else now. So I can. There's a bunch of reasons why a desire exists. So I wanna grow my business so I can. Somebody gives me an answer. So you can what? Help more people, okay? Help, I'm just gonna write help people. Somebody else give me another answer.
Transform others' life.
Cool. I guess I'm gonna put that under help people also with it.
Make more money, make more money.
Make more money, okay. I wanna grow my business so I can make more money. And you know what? I'm gonna use this one to go a step further. When I have something like make more money, okay, I wanna grow my business so I can make more money, but that doesn't end there. Like making more money so I can what?
Hire players.
Okay, cool. This is, I heard one, okay. Let me go for another one. I'm just gonna put it there. Hire A players. Another one.
Live a luxurious life.
Live a luxurious life. What I'm trying to do right here. A desire is an I want to statement. There's always so I can't below it. So as an example, desire could be something as simple as like, I want to fix my toilet for a plumbing business. Why? So I can stop hearing my wife or husband berate me with the broken toilet. Why? So I can finally enjoy my weekends in peace. Okay, so what you're selling is peace of mind. So then this here gave me 2 ways in which I can do an ad.
Were you at Sportium back then?
Where?
Sportium, Quebec.
No,
Sale.
we launched like 2 years ago.
Okay.
And like it's recent. Like now we're in over 120 retailers,
Nice.
and like Sports Expo, all that stuff, Popeyes.
Okay.
But like right now, DDC, we're stuck at like 30K a month. And like our biggest issue right now, I feel it's like creative output. Like outside the AI stuff, it's still pretty dog shit,
Yeah.
honestly. You know?
Yeah.
He was like, Justin, you use a lot of AI. What do you think this means to us? Are we all getting replaced? In its current form, it's not about replacement, it's leverage. Okay? That in itself, by the way, if you just heard me say it, this is a very AI-like sentence. And make sure that you have an offer to get you proven book calls and purchases. Here's an example, okay? This is Avi, the jewelry niche. First ad with us, spent $30, outperform every other ad. He's selling high-ticket jewelry, literally has a bijouterie in person. Selling bijou for like thousands of dollars. We learned a ton from you guys. You brought our account to a totally new level. Women's health niche, 4.24 ROAS. Agency toy niche, 1K a day. Info sales coaching niche. I closed the 4K paid in full today. Have 2 more deals in the pipeline, all from ads. You need to up your price, man. This is Hassan. He's in Montreal too. Agency in the mortgage space, booking 2 to 3 sales calls every day. Chiropractor niche, yo, your ads, they got us 20 to 30K in extra revenue. By the way, I just referred you to 39 other doctors. Agency in the local event space. Hey, our goal was to get 40 tickets sold with 7K in ad spend. We spent 3K and got 50 tickets. Client is super happy. This was a marketer. Jewelry space, first 10K month, from 0 to 10K month, literally from scratch. And a few more names that you may or may not know in Quebec that implemented a system or have worked with us. I've got consulting clients like Fast Pace Health, multi-9 figures company, almost 10 figures, so almost $1 billion company. And the Outdoor Group pay me 1.5K per 30-minute call. That's how much I charge for consulting. 1.5K US, by the way. So thank God our currency is devalued because of shit. Ad Architect, a 12-hour beginner-friendly course I released with Iman. 30,000 students bought it. No systems, there's no help, there's no one-on-one, none of that. It's sold for 1.4K US, so about 2.25K Canadian. I'm going to begin a 30-minute Q&A session. The way we're going to do this is any executive to begin, so I'm going to go like first row first, so from Iman all the way to you, Mr. right here. Just, if you got a question, raise your hand. I'm going to go with you first.
Well, thank you again for the event. It was great. I just had a quick question. When you were talking about, when you were breaking down each fundamentals, right? So like most aware, problem aware, etc. Back in the day in advertising, right? You had like a top of funnel, bottom of funnel, where like they're aware, they know the problem, and then you'd show them different ads. But now, when you're going to create all your scripts, you create 20 ad creatives, right? And like 5 are for problem aware, 5 are for solution. You do it for like everyone that you spoke about. When you give that all to Meta, does Meta know, like with like the targeting to, depending on which one you made, who it's going to show it to, depending on like where they're at in the funnels? I don't know if it's...
Yeah, it's very clear. So if I paraphrase, what you're asking is, before you would do the targeting, you would like create top of funnel ads and force Facebook to show them the top of funnel. Yeah. You would do it for middle of funnel. Like, how does that happen automatically now? Now, what are the behaviors that someone who is, say, problem aware searches online? Their search intent on Google or YouTube or whatever probably looks like this. They're searching for stuff like how to grow my business, or grow my business in 2025, or ways to make more money in 2025. Search history or behaviors are what will allow Meta to be able to find those people. Because somebody who's problem aware has different behaviors than somebody who's product aware. Somebody who's product aware might already be searching for like how to run Facebook ads, or like say maybe Facebook as a test, it showed them an ad one time about Facebook ads and using that for their business, and they liked it and they saved it. Facebook was like, oh, that guy's interested. Let's go to VIPs then. Any VIPs got a question? Mr. If you're the first one itself, and I'll go and saw you then.
Thank you for the presentation. I have a question about your offering since 2022. So what's been that you've been offering since 2022 up until now? At the moment you're doing social media, but has it been the case for the past 3 years? Or have you been changing the offer?
Offer has evolved a lot. So even my marketing channels has evolved tremendously through time. So when I started like prospecting for the agency, I was having inbound marketing until like 2020. In 2020, it was the first time I did the cold outbound. The reason I say this is a lot of people sometimes get a delusion that they think they know how to run a business, but it's all word of mouth and referrals. And it's not the same game as if you try to scale. Because you might think I got a good offer, but because everybody comes from word of mouth or referrals, it's easy. Because there's already trust. So when I went to cold emails, it initially was just like, hey, e-com brands, I'm gonna run your Facebook ads. Then it was like, hey, e-com brands, I'm gonna run your Facebook ads and give you a guarantee. Then it was like, hey, e-com brands, I'm gonna create UGC content for you, for your Facebook ads with a guarantee. So I went through all the phases with that. When that stopped working, what I ended up doing was I pivoted to TikTok ads, as I mentioned earlier. So now I started like outreach with that again. When that stopped working, I was like, okay, let me change the, going back to what I had earlier there, I changed the industry. So I went to chiropractors. I was like, fuck it, let me just start marketing to chiropractors. For my cold marketing, my organic, I always did just ads as a whole. I was like, anybody who's interested in ads, just like work with us. So my organic always brought some inbound people. Then from chiropractors, I went to mortgage brokers. And from mortgage brokers, I ended up going to the Quebec market now, more like anyone in there, so I just changed the market. So that's how I like changed the sophistication if you want through time. All right, cool. You can go.
Thank you. It was a very nice event. So I have 2 questions. One, you mentioned when you kill an ad for like lead generation, but not for sales. So, because I know it's 2 days, but what's the for e-com businesses like?
Yeah, good question. So say you're a CPA target. So say you're aiming for like a $40 CPA. What I would make sure is that you wait at least 2 days, or that this ad has spent at least $80, so twice your CPA target. So if you have a $40 CPA, you wait at least 2 days and at least 2 times your CPA target spent on this ad. Now you know you waited enough time, because usually it takes about 2 days in my experience for Meta to like stabilize the algorithm once you launch a new ad. And the second thing is you also have spent enough money, right? Because you know your CPA target's $40. So if you spend 80, you're like, well, it's not a have I spent enough situation. No, you spend enough money.
So you look at CPA, you never look at AOVs?
Well,
if for instance, because I have a high AOV,
got it.
It's $500 AOV, so
okay.
I don't like 2 days, I don't know.
Yeah, well, in your case, okay. So yes and no. I don't look into AOV when it comes to optimizing, but I look into AOV in terms of that 2 days. For you, it's going to be way longer. It's not going to be 2 days. 2 days is not going to make it, as you say. So a great example is one of my clients was called Dimple's Hair, and it was, I don't know how to say that in English, pay-per-click. It was, oh shit, well there you go. Okay, good. They would sell literally pay-per-click for like $2,000, right? And it was like real human hair, whatever. And you know, the AOV was like $2,000. So when we launched ads, it took like weeks before we knew whether or not we worked. So it was like way longer of a cycle. So, cool.
Cool.
Thanks again for the whole workshop, very, very insightful. I'm kind of new to running the ads, so I just was wondering when it comes to the budget and how to determine how many ads to have. Is there a framework for that?
Yes, sir. I do have a rule for that. Also, maybe good for people to write it down. How many ads you should have is your total daily budget divided by your cost per action target is the maximum amount of ads you're going to have live on the account. I remember you. We spoke on Instagram DMs, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my question is, how many B2C SaaS companies have you worked with? And what proportion in terms of your data for ad engine do you have of clients like that?
Good question. There's Medium Chat, which I showed earlier, which is the psychic company. I think that's B2C SaaS. Or it's more of a platform, but nonetheless, it's a software company. There was Friended that we work with, which is like a dating app, so almost like a Tinder, if you want a competitor. There was also, I completely forgot the name. It's a company from Northern Europe, which was Leia AI is the name of that company. It was to teach non-English native speakers how to learn English utilizing AI. So I could go on. I'd like to say what percentage of our clientele. Since we're not, paidadvertising.com is the name of the business, right? We are mechanism focused. We're not niche focused. I don't just work with one niche. I have offers that are niche specific, but I work with any client. So as long as it's about ads. I'd like to say it's probably 10 to 15%. That is like SaaS. Cool? Cool. Awesome.
So I'm starting and I have like service-based program.
Okay.
I'm still doing a program, but like a course, but I have like a digital product.
Okay.
How would that look for me with your ad engine or things?
Yeah, so a digital product.
I'm just talking.
Just talking, okay, let's just talk for talking. Visual products we work a lot with. I mean, there was Holistico, which I showed earlier, a company from Laval. They share holistic health, or they sell holistic health courses. There's the sewing course that I showed earlier, so good, that too is like a digital product. So quite a lot of our clients for a digital product. What we teach works just as well for digital product businesses. Now, the difference is, and I don't know if that's a question you were meaning to ask behind that question, which is like, and like if you're the face of the brand, your ads are going to be different. Are you the face of the brand or no?
Yes.
You are? Okay, good. Because as an example, Scholistico from earlier and Glowhire, which was the coaching business, neither of them were the face of the brand. Because that's another thing. It's like, okay, you cannot record ads alone. You have to get like an actor or somebody else, or use AI to create like an AI actor or something like that. For you, it's going to be easier. I mean, in the sense that since you can be in the ads, that said, we'll show you how to write scripts. We'll show you how to, edit those ads, put them together. Research your market so you know what the script about in the first place. So pretty much everything you need to run your ads.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you.
Cool.
Hey there. So my question is regarding info products, so more specifically ebooks.
Yep.
So for a service business, you mentioned Coudre earlier.
Yep.
So we are actually quite niche business, running for a couple of years. So for a business that has a brand that is online, so an online presence.
Yep.
Is it reasonable to aim, for example, for $100,000 a month selling a $50 ebook? And what would it take to reach that goal?
Okay. I think a $50 ebook with no other upsells is going to be hard. I think you'll need something else to enhance cart value. I think you'll need like cross-sells and upsells and order bumps in your cart. Either other guides or connected ebooks or like something physically. Like I'll give you a great example for our Couture client, right? She was selling a course. By the way, also sometimes you might want to rethink your prices or the delivery mechanism. For her, there was a course. I think she was selling that for, if I recall, $300. What she was cross-selling people with. What do you need if you want to learn how to sell? Well, the machine, first of all. She literally had like an e-commerce product line stitched, no pun intended, stitched to the actual course. So it was like you could buy a sewing machine as you bought the course. So then already there, like your AOV would go through the roof. So in your case, I'd say I would enhance the AOV, try to get higher than that. $50 is going to be a little low in this case to be profitable as a business. She's not here today. One of our ad clients is, maybe some of you might have seen her ads in Quebec, Florence, all your Dessin. She runs a business about like coaching people how to draw. She's doing like $250,000 per month with that business. It's all courses that are like $50 and whatnot, but she's really good at order bumps and cross sales and whatnot. She has like a course for like aquarelle, one for pencil, one for like a lot of different mediums. So like she'll upsell you into bundles and this and that. So I would work in your AOV up a little bit if that was your thing. All right, sweet. Everyone, thank you so much for attending today's. I'm going to wrap it up here, unfortunately. Thank you so much for attending.
I think it's an event that's a must for a lot of entrepreneurs because it really talks about the basics that we usually forget and that are the base of a lot of businesses and that are really going to be able to scale your business and the fundamentals that are going to be able to take you where you want to be. So it's definitely a must, and it really gives you in details and in a lot of actionable points what you should do to actually grow your business. I would definitely recommend it. I think, like I said, it talks about the basics that everybody should do, and from that kind of event you can take actionable points to really know how to take your business to the next level. It's definitely a must, and you get a chance to connect with a lot of great entrepreneurs from Montreal and from around, so it's definitely worth the time.
Alright, so what I've learned from this event is that Justin is super good at talking in a very understanding way. So he explains really complex ideas into simple and really easy to comprehend sentences. And so I really learned a lot of fundamentals on marketing and ads today. I'm really happy that I'm here, and I recommend this event for everyone.
All right, this now wraps up the Ad Scale Workshop edition number 1 in Montreal, Canada. Again, it is November 8th. We had an amazing day. We had a little over 100 people present to the event today, actually close to 140. So it ended up being a very, very good turnout to this first edition. I've kind of said it to a few attendees. This was more of a broad general topic about ads as a whole. I think I'm going to do an encore of the same workshop early next year. And from there, I'm planning on doing much more specialized workshops around the city and some, of course, online, as I've already been doing with webinars. So thank you to everyone who's attended this workshop. Thank you who's been watching the behind the scenes and the video, and I'll see you in the next one.